So you enter into this style of arena, right? You enter in and you pay that fee. Okay, 500 crystals down the drain, you're entered in. What happens next? Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today's video, I want to talk to you guys possibly about a new suggestion for Summoner's War, right? Because Comp2Us is a great company. They listen to player feedback and they implement it into the game extremely well. We all know and love Comp2Us. They're great. So this one, guys, is a suggestion for a game mode in Summoner's War. And let me know if you guys like it. If you guys do like this, I know you guys haven't heard what I'm about to say yet, but if you do at the end, definitely leave it a thumbs up. So let's actually talk about it first, and then I'll remind you guys again to leave it a thumbs up. Okay, so here's my suggestion. I don't think it would be that hard to do, but I also think it would be really awesome. So here's how it goes. So basically this is for RTA, right? Now, everybody's been worried about how to basically balance the game to make it more esporty, right? I know everybody's like, oh, esporty, Clay, it's not an esports game. Don't ever try to make it an esports game, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe, but just to have maybe a different style of gameplay might be fun. And I think a lot of this would stem from some other card games you might be aware of. But here's how it would work, okay? So for RTA, my idea is that you would choose to play in this type of RTA. So like say there's RTA and this is like RTA Limited, or I don't know, there's like a different name for this particular style of RTA, because in this particular style of RTA, you don't use your monsters that you have, okay? Now, you're like, well, if you're not using your monsters, Clay, how is Comp2Us going to make money? Why would they want to do this? Well, in order to enter into this style of RTA, you would have to pay an entry fee of, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 crystals, however much they feel like it's worth it to allow people to play with monsters that aren't necessarily their monsters. Okay, so you enter into this style of arena, right? You enter in and you pay that fee. Okay, 500 crystals down the drain, you're entered in. What happens next? Next, you come up to this user interface and it says, okay, we're gonna start rolling for monsters. Okay, it's gonna roll you a set of monsters 10 times. It's gonna roll you 3 monsters and you're gonna pick one monster out of those 3 monsters for 10 times. So 3 monsters come up, say you have Rune, Artemil, and I don't know, one other one. Pick one, Tesha or something. And you're trying to build your best team that you could possibly build, but those 3 monsters come up, you have to pick one, and the other 2 go bye-bye. So you put your Artemil into your box. And these units that come up, they're random. They're all random. Maybe there's higher chance to get, lower 2-star, 3-star units. There's a lower chance to get higher, LD Nat 5s, etc. So it still feels kind of the same. But that rolls through. The next one rolls through. You pick your unit out of the 3. That one rolls through. And eventually you have 10 units that you have at your disposal for RTA. And then the next thing you think, okay, what about runes? How do I do runes? Well, runes are pretty much, I could see being the same way, where it'll roll you a set of runes and you'll just keep rolling, and it'll give you an option to pick one of 3 runes. You pick one that you think is going to work out for your team the best, and the whole process might take about 10-15 minutes to actually get your team set up the way you want it to be. And maybe you can have no violent runes, maybe you could have no certain type of rune, but everything that comes up, you can pick which one you want, so that's not necessarily all random, but it's picking the right ones to fit onto your units that you think that you're creating to have the best team possible. Okay? So now you have your units, you have your runes, and you have your team created. Okay, at this point you put all your runes on your units and you're good to go. There's no time limit during this because you need to make sure you're taking your time to think through everything that you do, because there's a lot of thinking that I could see coming from this, and you don't want to be rushed because there's no reason to rush this process, okay? But great, so everybody's got, you got your 10 units, they're all ruined, perfect. Now what happens? So now what happens is you start queuing up, just like you would normal RTA, although it's a different RTA queue because you're not going to be queuing up against people that are using their own monsters. You're going to be queuing up against people that have done the same thing on the other side of it, and they've had the 3 monsters come up, they've picked one, the runes, same thing, everything's easy peasy, fair, lemon squeezy. They've also paid their 500 crystals, and there's also a whole bunch of other people that are doing this exact same style of RTA, and that's how you're queuing up against other people because they're also all doing it as well. Okay, so that's happening. So you queue up, you get your first match, and you start using your monsters in a fight. You fight against each other, and the winner moves on. The loser gets a tick, okay? They get a little tick mark because they lost. Or maybe it's not a tick mark. Maybe just the idea is that if you lose 3 rounds, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. It could be 4, it could be 5, however much you think. I think 3 strikes is a good amount. And the maximum that you could go is like 10 rounds, 12 rounds. Okay, does this sound familiar yet? Because I think this would be something cool to implement into Summoner's War. And I think it could actually work. I'm not just saying this because I think they should, take it, but I think it would actually work and be really, really, really fun. And I was honestly coming up with this on stream because one of my good friends, he is a Hearthstone streamer named Ratsma, and he hosted my stream, and a lot of his viewers play Hearthstone because that's what he streams. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I do Hearthstone style arena in RTA? And you guys may have seen me doing that, maybe not, but it just seemed to be a lot more exciting when I put that pressure on myself, where basically I said if I win 12 wins in a row, everybody in chat gets this. If I lose 3 before I hit 12 wins, then everybody in chat gets this. Now I didn't have the cool things where I pick my own monsters or anything, but I just put that 3 and 12 on my own, just on me, right? I just put that pressure on myself, and it was really, really, really fun, honestly. The chat had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. It was exciting, and I think that it could be awesome to actually implement it so that way if you do lose 3, say you get up to 6 wins. So you get up to 6 wins and you lose 3. You get your money back. You get your crystals back, rather. Say you get up to 10 wins, but then you lose 3. Then you'll get maybe double your crystals back. And then say if you go up to 12 wins, you triple your crystal output or something along those lines, because it's not going to be easy. Even for people that have been playing a lot, spending a lot of money in the game, it's not going to be easy because every time they queue up, they're getting different monsters, and it's forcing you into thinking about different ways to play the game, and I think it would be so much fun, okay? I'm not saying that Summoner's War needs something to keep it, interesting and exciting, but at the same time, I think some more PvP content like that could I just think it would be so entertaining. I think it would be so good for the game. I think it would be really streamable. I think it would be really great to make content on from a content creator standpoint. I think it would be really exciting for people to watch. I think it would be exciting for people to play on them on their own. Honestly, if you guys like this, again, just leave a like. That's all you really have to do. If you have a suggestion on ways to make it better, then go ahead and drop your comments down below. If you think it's the dumbest idea you've ever heard, try writing it out and taking it out of something that maybe I'm suggesting, because I don't want you guys to not like me, so that way you don't like my input, because that's called being biased. So run it past a friend, maybe, instead of telling them to watch my video, run it past a friend, because if they don't like me, I don't want them to not like the idea. So run it past them, see what they think. Again, I think it'd be awesome. let me know. Aside from that, guys, that's it for today's video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. Okay, I think I got everything. 10 minutes, good. Okay, guys, peace.
I run away.